Hello everybody! Welcome back to another stream. Welcome all. Congratulations on being first. Pleasure to have you all with us today. How's everybody doing, and are you excited for more incredible, fun space engineering with more Kerbal Space Program? How's everybody doing? Here with the Yin-Yang spacing program, back at it again with more scientific curiosity about the great and wondrous worlds around us. At everyone, we're back on our way to the moon and Minmus. Yeah, okay, there we go. Sure, that's a fucking stream tagline if I've ever seen one. There we go. Bada bing, bada bing. Excuse me. Let's go. Put that there. We'll put that in there. Call it a fucking day. Hello, Argrash. Welcome in. More Kerbal-ness I demand. I'm pleasure to have it, cock. First in spirit. I'm not sure that qualifies as anything other than a latent belief. Yes, you truly are, Gresh. Thanks, cock. Glad to hear the camaraderie in my chat. Hi, Amigo, and welcome in. Hey, Drayden. Pleasure to have you with us. How are you doing? Are you feeling better? I've heard you've been in a bit of a tight piggico? I've heard you have not been feeling so well. How are you doing? Are you taking care? Feeling good? Enjoying yourself? I hope so. I hope so. Ay. Icky. Ugh. Finally, nearly recovered from this illness, but nearly recovered is not fully recovered. My favorite streamer, Drayden Yin-Yang Gaming. It's not my last name. Everyone knows that's not even my full name either. Like, come on, you gotta try harder than that. My favorite streamer, Drayden Aria, Yin-Yang Gaming Streaming. That's the truth. Everybody knows this. Here's your reminder that the Amazing Digital Circus is tomorrow. Oh, trust me, Omegon, I don't need a reminder. I've got somebody else who's already on top of reminding me that every single day. You might be an enjoyer of TADC, but my friend, that's their special interest, so we're on it. My favorite YouTuber, Drayden Aria, Yin-Yang Gaming Streaming. Thank you. There you go. You feel like absolute shit still? Aw, that's a stream. That's a lie. Favorite streamer? Your favorite streamer? Oh, who's your favorite YouTuber then? Because I do stream on YouTube, so I can be both. Hi, Pyro. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us. How you doing, Pyro? Jesus. Disgusting. I don't know where all this gunk is coming from. Actually, I do know. It's from my sinuses. TGAs tonight. Are you ready for the Half-Life 3 announcement? Real. No, I'm not ready for that in the slightest. My favorite YouTuber is probably Chubby Emu. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm ready for Half-Life 3 to be announced. That's why we're playing Kerbal Space Program. You know, we got to get ready for it. What time is the Game Awards? 7:30? I have an event for this. I can check. To the first indigenous moon base. It's at 11 p.m.? Actually? Is it actually at 11 o'clock EST? That's insane. 11 p.m.? Good lord, what is this community that I've garnered? It's 3 a.m. for you, Pyro? Ooh, youch. Perhaps you will miss the Half-Life 3 announcement live. I would encourage you to be asleep at that time. That would suck, personally. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what? I'm starting a little late, so we're gonna go ahead and just jump into the stream. I've made a little change to the prior set of circumstances that we were in for Kerbal Space Program, which is to say that previously I had a different... It's 7, get real. See, 7 makes more sense, but somebody in a certain location has changed the event's time to be at 11 p.m., which makes planning these things difficult. I wonder who that could possibly have been the fault of. You know? I certainly don't know. The maneuver node. Bum 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 ba da da dum. Hi, Pyro. I'm legally forced to tell you from an annoying voice next to me. Hi, Pyro! Oh, hey. Hi, Sarah. What? What are you wooding at, Argash? Are you wooding at the idea that someone might have to take responsibility for an error that they made? I couldn't possibly understand how that would happen. So why am I on top chat? I gotta be in live chat, otherwise I miss stuff. Bum, dun, 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 dun. Who did that? Hi, annoying voice, Sarah next to you. Was that cat? Did someone actually troll your event, Margaret? Did they change the time? That's so funny. Ah, Kerbal Space Program. You might notice that the clouds on the planet look a little different, and that's because I've installed the glorious, the wonderful, ever impressive volumetric clouds mod. A mod that does nothing but tank my performance and make the clouds look really pretty. But Yin-Yang Planetary Research, year 1, day 1, 3 hours and 19 minutes in, 3 flights in progress. Science, 5 available, which is not a lot. We might be able to do some things with 5 science before we start sending people off to the moon and stuff. Like, we've got flights in progress, but we shall see. We shall see. So, when last we left off, here in the glorious Kerbal system, what the hell? Unknown objects. Those seem concerning. What the hell is an unknown object? Do I have to orbitally rendezvous with this thing? Class B small. There's a couple of them around Kerbal, so that's nice. Hello, Eve. Moho. Duna. Drez. Jewel, and Elu. Classic system. Alright. Bring me in to Minmus Obust, which has the world's most fucked up orbital inclination. It's a little bit silly. Oh, you got the volumetric power mod? Peak, yes, indeed. Made the most overtime today. You were home at 5:30 p.m. It was dark, not used to that. Dang, yeah. For some reason, people are jogging at time. Yeah, 5:30 is a reasonable time. Hey, Sarah, and today we're racing through Hollow Knight and Silksong, who was first. Hollow Knight first, Pantheon 5 win, and then Silksong first, LLK. Title time will be compared. Wow, impressive. Good luck to the both of you. You can scan them at the bottom right, the little sonar dish icon, and see what they are. Oh, really? Hello, unknown object. Sonar dish. I can track it. So there's a size class F gigantic object nearby. Alright, track it. What is this? Asteroid CPH-087. It is going very fast in this general area. Orbiting the sun, discovered in year 1, day 1. Interesting. I don't know what use this has for us, but it's certainly a thing. Alright, so, when last we left off, we had put 3 things into heavy orbit. We had Minmus Obust, which is currently en route around Kerbin, off towards Minmus, hopefully to make a landing where it will do stuff. Bottom left, I'm a walking mess today, yeah. Hope you're tuning in having fun with that. Indeed. Space, yippee! Hi, Asparagus, how you doing? Orbiter 3 debris. Is this in a full orbit? It might be. What's its periapsis? 88,000? Yeah, that's in a stable orbit. I love Kessler syndrome. So we put Relay Alpha into a nearly circular orbit, 312, 311, on a polar circular orbit around Kerbin, to give some aspect of Kerbal relaying out and about in the system. Is it a particularly good relay? No, but I'm glad that it exists for the sake of it being fun. I think that the relay works. I don't actually know. Welcome in Asparagus, we're going to the moon, 100% chance. Also, so I'm not sure if there can be there Sunday for D&D, Saturday evening I should know for sure. Until then, alright, let us know. I'll be hosting as long as everybody has presence, but we shall see. Like, in-game, or are we using the game as a plan for real life? Asparagus is our detailed plan for our RARL YYG moon mission coming in 2028. Absolutely. You volunteering Laika? Maybe. Laika was lost for no good reason that makes you sad. I agree, Argresh. We should have been better to her. Our first ever space doggy, and they could have brought her home safe, and they just chose not to. It's very sad. Alright, so Minmiso Bust is en route. Oh, I didn't even realize time was in fact flowing. Uh-oh. So, we have probably enough time to do one more major mission at the KSC. So, if we leave the facility, we can pop over. Before we can do anything, like, particularly cool, we need more science. There's flight control. The MechJeb 2 case. Small radials, inline reaction wheels. Inline reaction wheels might be nice. As well as the ability to make a plane with the aviation tech. General construction. Decoupler, flags. Launch stability enhancers. The hemispherical liquid fuel tank for the advanced rocketry. I like all of these things, to be clear. Advanced electrics, nice, but probably not super necessary. Precision engineering, meh. Ooh, advanced relay antenna. Probodyne experiment control station. We could make a ground rover to go around the KSC itself. That could be useful, I suppose. But that requires 90 science to even investigate getting into. Yeah, I don't know. If I go to R&D and we go to the archives, yeah, so we can actually see all of the science that we've recovered. So that's useful. Laika, too. Dream learns about the universe having temporal movement. It doesn't just freeze when you stop thinking about it. True. Get a probe with a dope-ass antenna and send it to Duna, like all Americans. I could send something to Duna, I guess. I don't know. We already have trouble getting into orbit around Kerbin. I'm not sure I want to push it all the way to Duna yet. I'd like some more powerful rockets, methinks. Atmospheric pressure scan when space high over Kerbin. Oh, those are done, but they haven't been collected. That's right. Okay. We've got 50 of 52 science displays at a total of 52. Alright, space plane hangar. Watch this. Watch this. I think I can get us some easy science. We open up Untitled Spacecraft 1. Is this the right one? This is not actually the right one. Is this the right one? This is also not the right one. I don't actually have any additional scientists, so we can't even reset the experiments anyways, so that's fine. That's fine. This will work. It'll be fine. So we're going to want to launch this, but instead of launching it right away, let's launch it from the island airfield. We can launch here. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. We sure are in the middle of fucking nowhere. But we can observe the mystery goo. Experimental. We can log the temperature. We can open the material bay for the Science Junior, conduct a material study. I'm glad that the samples continue to judge me. We can log our pressure data. And we can do a crew report from the other one. Record the crew's assessment. Wonderful. We can get Jeb to go EVA. Oh, scheisse. You can't EVA off this one. That's right. Damn. Alright. And we'll just recover the vessel. We'll do it again later. Tab out for a second and come back to some abomination. What the fuck is this? Argresh, it's the science roller. It's the air dryer. You know, it's on spin cycle too. And look at that. We got 23 science. Easy peasy. No big deal. No biggies. It's good shit. It's good shit. Let's move the barometer to the other command module. I should probably give this thing a name. We'll call it the spin dryer. Save it up, launch it, rerun those experiments. No big deal. Because Jeb's stupid and he can't get then all of the observations fast enough. Poor guy. Conduct a material study. Observe the mystery goo. Keep that data. Keep that data. Do me a crew report. Jeb, would you mind going EVA this time? Get me that EVA report. Thank you, sir. Board that back up. Log the pressure. Log the temperature. And recover the vessel. Bada bing, bada boom. Grok, is this capable of space flight? No, I don't think it is. Don't worry, this is not Kerbal Space Program currently. This is Kerbal Cheese Program. We're doing a little cheese. We're getting free science for the sake of science. Let's launch again, but this time we'll go to the desert airfield. Launch up. You didn't take a surface sample! Shut up, Argresh! I don't do surface samplings. Do you know how hard it is to get a surface sample? I gotta get Jeb to get out of the vehicle and then go down onto the vehicle, and then he's gotta do it like again. It's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the ass, dude. You know? Observe that mystery go. Goo. The samples are judging us. Yeah, well, you know what? I get more science, so the samples can fuck off. We'll do a crew report. Alright, Jeb, go EVA, if you'd be so kind. Do an EVA report. Take surface sample. You collect a sample of the surface. Bam. Not sure how he's getting a surface sample from here, but he did. So, cool. Good stuff, good stuff. You could have just right-clicked, I saw the fucking option. Shh. Don't worry about it, Argy Poo. Don't you worry about it, brother. I got you. I took a surface sample. And now we can do that everywhere else. Yay! Free science! We're up to 58 science. This is ridiculous. Why can I do this? Why can I get all of this science just by taking surface samples around the KSC? Back to the spaceplane hangar. Alrighty. So, let's do it again. Same location, just to squeeze out that last little bit of available science from the desert runway. Then we'll just send Jeb in a Mark 1 command pod everywhere else. Take surface samples as much as legally allowed. Me excavating the fucking... me excavating the runway in order to take additional surface samples. I like that I have to do two if it's not a scientist to get the full scientific output, though. It's very silly. Like, yep, alright, Jeb, we're gonna cart you back out there for a little while. Don't you worry about it, buddy. We'll take care of you. Go get him. Go get him, Tiger. It is also funny, too, because in science mode, they give you access to all of the areas immediately. Do I want flight control? Aviation's got a lot of stuff in it, to be fair. You got lights, you got fuel fuselages, you get your first jet engine. Not that I've ever made a successful plane in this fucking game, but, you know, hypothetically. We could alternatively pump up our rocketry. We could get the advanced rocketry. What do we think? Advanced rocketry is a prereq for fuel systems, which I know has some good stuff in it. Like, those big tanks are nice. Drain valve. Huh. What if you fail to attach a fuel pipe at all? Solves the issue of making the fuel goes in the right direction because it just goes out. He's the main inside the book. Keeping this way on flow to resurrect his idea in the form of FTE1. Valve that allow you to drain most of the resources and part happens to be attached to. Great for emergencies, flotation adjustment, etc. Huh. Okay. Weird. Just to dump your fuel. The baguette external tank. Okay. Yep. Classic. I see you're utilizing the alarm clock system. Smart. Yes, yes, it's very nice. It's very useful. What do you think? Aviation? We could do some flights around Kerbin while we're waiting for the machines to get places. Also, you get stuff like landing systems afterwards, which is nice. The basic landing gear's ass. Flight control is pretty unnecessary, but advanced flight control does get you RCS, so that's quite good. The lander can. Full body crumple zone technology. Full body crumple zone is great. I love Kerbal Space Program. The dry humor is so on point. Your money is on either rocketry or construction. Merely aviation is not functional enough. That's true. Basic aviation, you try and make a plane out of this shit, it falls out of the sky. General construction is a bold choice. You do get struts. Everybody knows how useful having some struts is. Plus, engine plates. Engine plates are quite nice. You get advanced construction, you get, get your, what are they called? Fairings. Fairings are also quite nice. Ooh, we get hinges and servos as well, too. Tasty. I think my money still has to go advanced rocketry so we can hit fuel systems. Yeah. Rocketry just, it's a gateway to so much good stuff. And even though struts are nice, if you put your decouplers in the right place, you don't need it. Terrier engine unlocked in rocketry is probably best upper stage. Yeah, because it's got a great thrust to rate ratio or something, right? For smaller craft. True. Fuck it. Let's do advanced rocketry. Let's go to the space plane hangar. Alright, basic ass runway. I think I gotta get a surface sample from you. We're gonna get a little bit more science, and then we'll maybe launch a mission to Duna with the new stuff that we have unlocked. Good, a little bit of extra stuff. I do like that the simple ones, like logging temperature, you get full science for, even if you don't have a, The surface appears to be very hard, like concrete. It might actually be concrete. This could be a very good surface to land at. I love you, Jeb. What a guy. He can't recover any of those, so... Can he take another surface sample? Oh, he can. Perfect. Let's just... Oh, but he'd have to dump the experiment. Wait. Hold on. I have a solution. Watch this. Maneuver like there's never been a maneuver before. Uh-oh. Jeb, it's going the wrong way. Jeb, you pushed too hard. Your ability to push a multi-ton spacecraft is a little impressive. Push that. Just a little. Come on. Just a little. Alright. No. Oh, it's coming back around. Okay. Climb up. And board. Got him. The spin dryer is so ass. The spin dryer has gotten us more science than any other single vessel that we have produced. I don't know what you want from me. The spin dryer is god tier. The spin dryer has never been used so well. So, we could get surface samples from the island airfield as well. We should probably do that. I'll just go take care of that real quick. Tasty. 1 science. How useful. Take a surface sample, Jeb. Yup. Go in. Go back to EVA. Take another surface sample. And honestly, we could probably just recover these vessels separately. Go to Minmus 1 time and you'll walk away with more science than you know what to do with. Well, we're on our way to Minmus as it stands, so, you know, there's something to be said for that. I like feeling productive, you know? Map. Tracking station. Please recover the spin dryer. Ugh, look at all that science. Gorgeous. Alrighty. Lander 1 is on its way to the moon, so that's good. That's good. Shall we perhaps? We got 40 science. Alright, you know what? We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more maneuver. Spin dryer, come on out again, buddy. So glad to have you with us. So glad to have the spin dryer with us. Back at it again at the Krispy Kreme. Alright, so I should be able to take a surface sample. The surface is charred and coated with burnt rocket propellant. There's also trace amounts of conspicuous green substance. I wonder what that could be. Back to EVA. Take another surface sample. Let go. Come on, Jeb. Stop ragdolling. We've got places to be. Push. God damn it, Jeb. God damn it, Jeb. Did you put it all the way back over again? You little shit. Hello, car. Alright, recover the vessel. Wonderful. And with that, do we have 45 science? Because if so, we can just pop general construction and call it a day. Alright, we got 53 science. Sick. Just like that. General construction and advanced rocketry obtained. Sick. Look at that. Okay, Jeb, we need you to enter the spin dryer at 1 a.m. and grab scorch marks from the surface of the launch pad. 2 scorch marks from the surface of the launch pad. Thank you very much. Alright. So the last ship that we had used was Minmus O'Bust. And I hate to say it, Minmus O'Bust is maybe a piece of shit. Minmus O'Bust is barely a functional engine, if we're being honest with ourselves. So let's open Orbiter 2. Oh no. I think Orbiter 3 is the one that actually got to orbit. So Orbiter 3. We still don't have reaction wheels, right? Command and control. Yeah, we got nothing. Which means we gotta keep the Mark 1 command pod attached to this thing as a meaningful way to actually keep everything together. But, very good. This is so over-designed. Don't worry about it, Arcrash. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm good at rocket science. But we can put a relay antenna on this. Call it a day. Throw on a high gain antenna. It can only use short range relays. So I don't even know if it can actually relay to a different place. We'll have to see. For now, however, you know what? Just get rid of that. Get rid of all. Get rid of this. Probe top stage. The probe top stage is reasonable. You know? We get rid of the crew so we don't accidentally send Jeb somewhere he's not supposed to go. Yeah. It's fine. This is a fine probe. This is a reasonable probe that exists. I don't feel that bad about putting this shit into orbit. So let's go, fuel tank. And I do think top stage is still just, I don't know. Maybe just one of these. The FL 400 tanks. Seems reasonable. Give the old white look and it almost looks like it belongs. Throw on a Terrier. Seems reasonable enough. It's definitely a probe. Argresh, the only things I have on it that are worth putting here are relays. If I want science, I should send a Kerbal there. This probe can't transmit science well. They can't reset the system. I mean, I suppose I could throw on a thermometer or something, but meh. Seems unnecessary. Let's go. Yeah, we definitely don't need a service bay. Give it the engine plate. These are all the same. There we go. 8 attachment notes. Yeah, that seems unnecessary. One Terrier ought to do it. You know. It's probably fine. Throw on the TD-12. One, two, 3 of them. Why not? Gray and orange. It's got a recently wild somewhat related to Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh, what is it? Give it a nice gray matte look to it. Why not? It looks pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous. What can I say? I like the swivel. Lock it in. And then we'll go coupling. Get them radial decouplers on. 4 major radial decouplers, why not? on straight. We'll go engine thumpers. As we all know, thumpers are the primary means by which any self-respecting rocket gets to orbit. We'll throw on some aerodynamic cones. Easy peasy. Now that's a rocket if I've ever seen one. Oh, not Wild Rise, I see. You bought 2 figure builder monster box. You got 2 different volumes. Open them during the karaoke when people were singing tunes. Eat full of Zuchi and Narwa. I thought that was pretty wild. Oh, wow. The first monster, which of course is desirable in its own right. And the last monster as well. Surely this will be enough rockets. And I will have no issues whatsoever in any capacity at all getting this shit to orbit with this. Yeah. Call it the Mooner Orbital, and I don't know. How bad could this go? How bad could this possibly go? I'm thinking we throw this one around a nice like polar orbit around the moon. You know? Seems like it's probably got the delta V for that. Almost certainly it doesn't, actually. Whoops. Whoops. That should be fine. Alright. Pull that off. Pull this off. Oh. So bad news, the game just crashed? What the fuck just happened? Why did the game crash? What the hell was that? Me copying parts, the game. The fuel tank of software obliteration? Literally, yeah. Kerbal didn't want to go boom. There wasn't even the Kerbal on that system. It just said no. The fucking spin dryer, its existence. Nah, the spin dryer wasn't involved at all. How dare you besmirch the spin dryer's good name, cock? How dare you? You know the spin dryer? The spin dryer loves me. You people don't. Anyways. So hopefully I didn't lose much, if any, progress from that. Good God. I really don't want to redo the spin dryings, if I'm being honest. Okay, good. We still have general construction and advanced rocketry. We just launched what we were doing in the VAB, probably. Okay, we're good. That's fine. That's fine. I can live with this. You know what? You know what? Bring back Orbiter 3. Bring this shit back in here. Hello, sir. You know what? Perhaps I judged you too harshly. Actually, no. I didn't judge you harsh enough. This shit's ass. This is such a terrible design. Is it actually? No, it's fine. It's a reasonable design. I mean, I should probably get rid of the Garbo decouplers. Dump the fuel tanks. Replace the Pug with a Terrier. So what variants does this have? Shrouded, compact, orange, gray. I like the default. Default looks nice. Alright. Place this with the proper upper stage. Paint it white to match the rest. Put that back on. Put that back on. And then... there we go. Perfect. Throw on the swivel at the bottom. The classic. You know, excerpt, but 6K Delta V is enough to get to lunar orbit, I think. Yeah, probably. It sounds right. I mean, like, how wrong could it possibly be? We'll throw on some radial decouplers. Say, I don't know, 3 of them. Whack these little guys on there. Scoot them down just a bit. Take the whole thing now. Scoot them down to be actually, what was that? Scoot them down. Is that as far down as they can go? Oh, it is. Okay. I see. They can't go any farther down because the that decoupler was on that fuel tank. Okay. So that'll work. I don't know why we don't have any music in the VAB, by the way. Like, usually there's something here. Call this the... I'm gonna save that. And we're gonna see if we can get some music back if I enter... if I leave and come back in. Please, music. There we go. Alright. So we're gonna do that. But then, also, put on some radial decouplers that go like here. Fuel tank, put on a nice big one. Hello? Come on. Why is this being wacky? Actually, unironically, why is this being wacky? Evil ass silent baby. So the placement is super finicky. You need to attach it at the top whilst the camera is facing the bottom and vice versa. Oh, icky. So if I want this, so I slap one on like that. Oh, that's wrong. Alright, so that's attached to a radial decoupler. So if I want this to attach to the top, I gotta go up like this. What the hell? Thank you, Argresh. D1 knower in the chat. Actually insane, though. Oh, shit. Make them black and white on top. That looks cool. Alright. Okay. Thrust in atmosphere 205, 167. So I'll throw on a Reliant on the bottom of these, perhaps. Okay. And then aerodynamics. No, we don't need a nose cone. That's right. We've got the hemispheric tanks now. Just like that. Okay, cool. Squeeze in here. Pop the radial decoupler. Throw the symmetry up to triple. And get this situated like that. Alright, so, I mean, that's pretty orbital. Plus, now that we have a little bit more junk in the trunk, as it were. Connect and don't be weird about it. Why are you being weird? Why is it being weird? There we go. Okay. Disconnect that engine, not elsewhere. Hi. Okay. Aerodynamically, this thing is ass. So let's try and fix that. So that center of mass is going to kind of go up with time, so I'm not that worried about it being off. So I'll probably just center these on like the bottom stage a little bit. This is either going to go incredibly well or incredibly poorly. We're going to see which. Give it a little strutting, you know, call it a day. Hopefully that prevents twisting by itself. Oh, gracious, this ass. Is there a reason you don't have snap placement on just for the thrill? Oh. Yeah, just for the thrill of it. Definitely not because I didn't realize that's what that did. Cool. Save that up, and let's launch. What's the worst that could happen, you know? What's the worst that could happen? It explodes on the launch pad because I didn't look at staging at all? Yes! Probably not. I didn't. Nice. I actually am okay with these all launching together, but solid fuel is going to went out way before liquid, so those need to decouple first, then solid, and we'll have, honestly, we'll have this engine launch here too. Top stage only comes on after everything's decoupled though. Okay. Cool. This thing's probably straight ass. Should we launch from Boomerang? Is there a reason that we should? Yeah, because we're going for a Mooner encounter. We're gonna want that equatorial boost. So we're good. We're good at KSC. Cool. I don't want Jeb in this. Me looking at the fact that there's a pilot. Why are are you here? This is a probe. This is an unmanned relay. Why are you on this ship? Jeb just like crawling up the rocket to try and get on there. He's like, please, please, I want to go to the moon, please. All right, probe. It's just you, me, and the rocket we rode in on. Let's fucking do this. Hey, look, the engine sounds are working. You honestly forgot you can swap launchers. This should seem to know about their pros and cons. That's real. That's so valid. The rocket appears to be mildly wobbly. Excuse me. Alright, we're going up and up and up, and we are definitely getting some off-kilter wobble. That's fine. We ditch those rockets. We test throttle up. We are spinning. We are spinning out. We are spinning out. I need to take manual control. Manual control. Manual control. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're going up. We're going up. And this rocket is not atmospherically stable. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. So what if I just throw some mini wings on? Center it up like that. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully that's plenty. Who needs anything else? It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Watch a Jeb be back in this fucking machine. No, he's good. Alright. Throttle up a little bit. Maybe even more wobbly now somehow, which is a little crazy to me, but okay, it is what it is. We are going up, so that's good. Solid fuel boosters are nearly done, so let's gun this up a little bit more. Get rid of those. Lost those a little early. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why we're spinning out. We're spinning out, though. Yeah, okay. Okay. Something's tremendously wrong when that phase fires. Let's see. Let's see. If I was to say, you know, remove these. What does this look like? You know, I wouldn't have expected it to be that. So what if I push up the winglets? We put the winglets directly above this phase. Alright. Ditch these. Aerodynamics is then a little high. The hot staging is crazy. Literally, the placement of those wings is so funny. What's funny about them? probably want this a little high because center of mass is gonna change as fuel drains. Argus, does fuel drain from top to bottom? Or does it drain from bottom to top? Or does it use all this fuel in each stage equally? It's every stage equally, so this is gonna slowly become more top heavy because it won't be using the top stage fuel. So center of mass is gonna go up. So we want center of aerodynamics to be a little above that in this stage, but not by much. Because we're gonna spend a lot of time aerodynamically in this stage. So probably put those down, put them back on. Get rid of this whole thing. Put them back on. Take these. Slot them in. Like here. Squeeze them on in there like it's no big deal. Yeah. Give it a little rotation. So that they're not intercolliding with anything. Yeah. It's probably fine, right? Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Alright, instrumentation on, throttle up, blast off. Why is it so wobbly? Because the nose cone is just the opposite of aerodynamic. Shit. Fucked up the stage. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. This shit is not atmospherically stable. It's almost like I have to actually fly it a little bit. SAS is so bad. Oh, why are we turning? Why are we turning? Why are we turning? Why are we turning now? Something is terribly wrong with this engine. Potentially. You know what? Maybe I need. Maybe I just need more swivels. Because it's got such a swivel has such a good gimbal on it, you know. It's got a 3 degrees gimbal range. Reliant can't gimbal at all. It's just straight thrust. Is the Valiant gimbal? The Valiant's got a 5-degree gimbal, though it's got terrible thrust. Yeah, let's just call it a swivel. There we go. Love me a good swivel. Alright. Is that even better on thrust to weight, too? I think it is. That's funny. Alright. Save Mooner Orbiter 2. Launch it up. I've definitely spaced my program before. I know what I'm doing. I've never had a problem in my life, ever. To be honest, it seems substantively more stable already, so that's good. Maybe the thrust vectoring on the other one was just way over pushing what was a good idea in the upper atmosphere, you know? Ah, it's still falling over! Maybe I just need to cool it on the thrust. Maybe I'm just pushing the thrust way too hard early on in the flight. That's maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's the problem I'm having. I think I fucked something up. It's like way more fucky wucky. It's more squirrely right now than it normally is. Argus, is this a terrible rocket design? Have I done something horribly, completely, monstrously wrong and I just don't understand what it is? Like, what's going on here? It's so weird. We still just fall over. Well, you know what? Call that a gravity turn. World's least effective gravity turn. This thing is so fucking squirrely. My god. Something blew up. I don't know what blew up, but something did. Whoa, 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 what the hell even just happened? Is it the air resistance supposed to be getting lower? get into the really thin parts of the atmosphere at this point. The squirreliness is subsiding a little bit, thank goodness. I haven't slammed into a mountain yet. Let's see if I can't raise us a little bit more. Up a bit. Reinitialize gravity turn. What the hell is my apoapsis? We do have an apoapsis of 104 meters, so all things considered, maybe we're okay? Yeah. Oh, this thing does not like turning without its engines on, I'll tell you that much. I love the pitch black launch of entirely... Hey, look, the sun is rising, though. Isn't that nice? Also, we're in space. Ugh, that is gorgeous. Look at those clouds. Gotta try and stick to prograde as best we can. Pretty sure I'm using nothing but my reaction wheels right now to get us there. The sun! It's rising! Oh, this is gorgeous though, actually. Look at this. Ugh. I should probably gun it. Stage. We don't need that weight anymore. And off we go. Into the sunrise. Ooh. Is this the cleanest orbit I've ever made? No. But we're getting there. Alright. What if I just add a maneuver node here? Gun it as hard as I can towards the moon. Do I get an encounter? Oh, I do. Nice. 602,000. 21,000. That's maybe a little aggressive. 63,000. 62,000. Million. Come on, not that much, not that much. Moon periapsis of 52,000 meters? Done. I can push that. It's a reasonable maneuver, methinks. Alright, back this way. I do need to actually get to that maneuver node, though. Line up for the maneuver. What are we doing resources-wise? We got plenty of electric charge, good. Be ashamed to lose connection to the KSC at this point. Fortunately, we've got the alternator, so that's a lot. And, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start gunning that maneuver. Maybe not that hard. Yo, I'm back. I was submitting something. I forgot to submit. Well, what's up? You're in space now? We are in space. We've got a maneuver plan that's gonna push us right towards the moon. So hopefully we got the Delta V for it. And kick it. Off we go. Whee! We got one little machine taking us on. This is just basically a purely pro-grade burn, so hopefully we'll be okay. It's also technically our orbital burn, so if we fuck this up, we're done. I will say, since we are in space now, I'm gonna go ahead and extend our antenna. Just so we make sure we have a proper connection with the KSC at all times. Alright, we've got a full orbit now, so that's good. Keep pushing out towards Mooner. Oh shit, you don't have that setting enabled right now, or you need to go in settings, find something called the Advanced Node Burn Info, something that'll give you an exact countdown. Oh, really? Oh, well, don't mind if I do, I'll be turning that shit on, yes. For now, though, our maneuver is pretty good, so hopefully we just keep burning and we'll be fine. Apoapsis continues to go up. We're getting the part where it's very fine-tuned. And slow down the burn. And show me that Mooner encounter, maybe? I don't see one. Please. There we go. What's that moon periapsis look like? 534,000. Whoa. 214. 107. The moon periapsis of 4,000. You don't say. Okay. That's a very tight periapsis. I could probably still work with that. That is interesting. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead, add a sphere of influence alarm and call that good. All right. That's another flight in motion. Cool. Good stuff. Pro tip, when you see the orbital lines show you getting an interception, double click on the belly to see your line in relation to the celestial body is super useful for planning. Oh. So what, like, how do you do that? When you see the orbital lines showing you getting an interception, click on the body. Oh, okay. I don't know. Like, this doesn't seem very useful. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So that lets you adjust it directly like that. I see. So if I was to, for instance, spin this shit around to retrograde, I could just touch for a second. Oh. You know what? 113,000 meters? That's not terrible. I'll live on that for a while. It's a little bit less, suicide burn levels of coming in hot. Hello, Kerbin. Absolutely gorgeous planet, you know. The planet shine off the solar panel. Yin-Yang spacing. Shittily painted on the back end of the machine. And we got 2,000 meters per second left, yeah? Okay, Phantom is pretty slamming into the moon. I know, right? I mean, it was a little close. I wasn't really sure what to think of that one. Okay. Well, we are en route, as it were. We've got 1 day left on our orbital injection towards the moon on our first encounter. That one's on its way over here. So, do we want to run something in the meantime? We got time. Why didn't you bring any science devices with you? Because the guy who's already on his way to land on the moon has all the science with him. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's just a relay. That's a put something in lunar orbit because we can put something in lunar orbit kind of thing. You know? Yeah, we got 1 day left until our sphere of influence changes and we have to worry about landing on the moon. Press the tilde key to return your ship while in map mode. Oh. Interesting. Why is that different than just hitting M again? Does it just tend to make the thing run a little smoother? Admin building's closed if you're not in career mode is really funny. I will say they had more delta V than I was expecting. The rocket was exorbitantly unstable, but it did have pretty decent delta V, so maybe we can do something with that. What do we think? What sort of a mission should we plan? We've got a lot of stuff in flight. We got relays moving around. Oh, also lunar orbiter. You're technically just a probe right now. You're not really a, not really a relay. How do I change this? Do you do it from the crew thing? M closes map mode till the focus is in on the map mode back to your ship. I see. Fascinating. Curbnet. Body, Kerbin. Drag, targeting reticle. Yep, this is certainly a thing that exists. Fascinating. Antenna state idle. Coordination, reaction wheels, sphere vessel name, and control point default. Am I crazy? How the hell do you change it? I know I've done it before. We changed the other one to be a relay. Lunar Orbiter 1. How do I reclassify you? Oh, scheisse. I've gone back to it. I never used Kerbnet. You can use this to the exact landing points from orbit or some shit, but you just eyeball it. Oh, interesting. Hello, MechJeb. Oh my, why is that whole toolbar moving with it? That's moderately terrifying. Oh, okay. It doesn't. It's just a weird visual bug. Okay. Cool. Cool. All input locks cleared. Interesting. What is this? Oh, hello, FX. Random noise. Oh, hey, look, it's the moon. Cool. How the hell do you change the symbol? I know you can. I do like the ComNet network. So I'm guessing these two currently don't have line of sight to each other, but when they do, I will be intrigued to see if they, you know, connect to each other. When am I landing on the moon? Never. What? Am I insane? Why can't I change this? I know you can change it manually. I know you can manually change their designations. I did it to Relay Alpha. I designated it a relay. Do you do it when you rename vessel? It might be renaming the vessel. So we go here. Rename vessel. Ah, there we go. For now, you're just a probe. But if I get you in a proper stable orbit, you'll be a relay. Finally. Alright, back to the Space Center. When am I landing on the moon? Answer, hopefully today. And potentially we need to set up a mission to rescue him. Now that I think about it, let's check on Lander 1. Lander 1 has 1 day until it hits its moon encounter. It's a pretty tight periapsis there, 11,000 meters, that it's gonna get yeeted from. So, yeah, we got a whole thing related to that. Can I plan maneuvers on projected orbits? I don't think you can. I'm not really sure if I have another mission in mind that I would really, really like to do before we get to the moon. So I might be willing to time warp this just till we can get to the moon landing. Drayden's eternal editions of 80 different probes all flying simultaneously, getting closer to land time and never getting there like a fucking asthmatone. That is how I play KSP. I always want to have like another mission. It's like, why warp the time when I can send a mission there? Thus leading to the 800-year Eve encounter that never happens because I'm just constantly relaunching new probes. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else to be done on Kerbal, really. That isn't like trying to do fun plane stuff. And I want to get on the moon. So let's go have fun. Let's go land on the moon. I think we should land on the moon. With our incredibly shitty lander. Man. Bob, you've been out here for a while. You're so far away from home. How you feeling? I could transmit this. I get the same amount of science. Yeah, let's do that. No usable in-range comms devices on this. That's... shoot. I forgot about that. I forgot about that whole issue. No crew reports from the moon, guys. Sorry. I've made an error. Actually, it's way easier to get crew reports from High Minmus. Yeah, okay. We'll do a crew report. What do you think the most valuable crew report above the moon is? Look at those orbits go. Where the fuck did my moon encounter go? Hey, wait. What the hell? What the hell? Where's my goddamn moon orbit? Oh, there it is. Woo! Just changed. Projected new Kerbin orbit is wacky as hell. Alright, moon periapsis. Add maneuver. Hard burn retrograde. What? Hold on. Have I just invented the world's least performable maneuver mode? Can I get rid of it? I would like to get rid of this maneuver. Please. Stop opening it for calculations. No, I can set this as a target. Why can't I get rid of this fucking maneuver node? Oh, that's why. Because I'm stupid. Alright. Normal retrograde burn. There we go. So, I think it's more efficient if I just burn until I'm captured, right? Man, I am have a hell of an elliptical orbit here. Alright, so I can burn until I'm captured here. And then I could add a maneuver here to retrograde that periapsis down and land. That might be unnecessary. We've already got a periapsis of 11,000. Jordan was nearly struck with the pain. I've suffered hundreds of times. You're lucky. Oh, what? The cumulative floating point error of the solar system leading to you missing a really long, far out planned maneuver and the game just warping you past where you could even remotely try to fix it? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's just... So it's like a 300 meter per second burnout to land. How do I get rid of this planned maneuver? That one. You. Get the fuck out of here. Alright. So, at periapsis, add maneuver. Burn retrograde. Burn relatively hard. Get the apoapsis down. Burn until that becomes apoapsis. That's a really long thing. Well, actually, instead of pushing apoapsis down that hard, I can do this. Get it down to the point where the periapsis disappears. And it's funny, we've got like this crazy elliptical polar orbit that we're coming in on. Do I want any of these locations? Not really. Right. Periapsis burn. Add maneuver. Burn retrograde until we're captured. From there, turn it this way? No, turn it this way. That's way more. That shrinks it a little. Burn retrograde until captured. Burn retrograde until circularized. The 5,000 meter periapsis is crazy, actually. And then I can do this. It makes it a little bit more expensive. That also makes it a little expensive. But it's also shrinking the periapsis at the same time. And it's back to growing it. But if we do that, 445 meters per second. I don't know, it doesn't feel that worth it. Yeah. I don't know, but I think we take the landing where we take the landing, you know? Beggars can't be choosers and all that. Do I think I can suicide burn that if we end up looking like we're gonna hit a mountain? Maybe. It's only 312 meters per second. We'll be fine. I don't think we're getting around it being about 300 meters per second. Landing, was that basically at the moon or South Pole too? Sure, why not? I can live with this. This seems like a reasonable place to end up. Remember to use Flight Engineer? Oh, yeah. Landing. Edit. Oh, man. Argach, I don't know what I'm doing. Argach, I don't know what I'm doing. What is this? If I do this, I just make it float. Is it gonna tell me when to start doing it down here once it detects I'm landing? Because it's already got all this orbital information. Yeah, okay. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. This seems reasonable. Yeah, this is fine. Just don't click anything except land. Okay, I've got you. Land has been clicked. No additional information done. Wonderful. Also, escape settings. Where's that one? Extended burn indicator. Is that the one? Advanced node burn info. Is that what you're saying here? Advanced extended burn info? That looks like it. Extended burn indicator? Alright, cool. Apply, accept, cool. Ah, burn time 20 seconds, start burn in 1 hour, 9 minutes. Sweet. Sweet, alright, that's good. That's good. That's nice to have. Alright, so we'll just, warp ahead, methinks. Hi, Kerbin. Lunar Orbiter 2. Something tells me you're not getting a moon encounter right now. I think that one's just gonna have to wait for a little while. 50 minutes to start burn. Cool. Cool. The Minmus Bust is also inert, so that's nice. Alright, 33 minutes. I do like watching all the things move around. Makes me feel cool. So, is Relay and Bust? Yes, they are. They're just barely in range of each other. Cool. Oh, 15 minutes. $12, $10. We're closing in. 9, 8, 7. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to start well before we actually hit the maneuver mode. Thank you, Arcrush. Big plays happening now because of this. 5. 4. 3. And we're in the polar lowlands of the moon. Look at that, we're coming in. We're flying into the moon. We really are coming in close. Wow. Moderately concerning just how close we're coming to the moon here. 2 minutes. Coming in really close to the moon. Alright. What does this do? This 50. Percentage of the burn's delta V used to calculate the start burn value. Oh. I don't know. 50%? Yeah, that seems reasonable. Probably isn't on this thing, but okay. Can also master the maneuver and click a little alarm clock and it'll warp you until 1 minute to the burn. Oh, true. Ugh. God, this game is gorgeous. Like, even without all the visual enhancement mods, this game is pretty, but this is... Look at that. 25, 24, 23, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burning. Burning hard. Whoa! We just switched which orientation of the planet we were on, huh? And... hypothetically, burn completed. Yep, we officially have a landing site. I didn't realize we were going this direction. That makes way more sense. Alright. Burn complete. Apoapsis. Add maneuver. Burn retrograde. Do we need to spend 400 meters per second burning retrograde to just change our orbit a little bit? We're already on a collision course. Though, perhaps it would be useful to cancel some of that momentum before we go in? What do you think, Argresh? Should we do a burn or save it all for suicide burning? We have a landing site. Kind of. So we are in space low over the moon, so we should be able to do some experiments. The goo feels right at home here. Can board up there. Gotta keep all of those things, and I don't have a material bay on this one, so that's fine. Alright, Bob, I need you to go out, collect the data, restore this, take the data, board up, good job. Okay. That's more science right there. I'm just gonna spin a little bit. I am realizing that we don't have any way, I think, to recharge the electrics on this. I don't know if these have an alternator. Yup. Hopefully we're okay. I've only got 1,740 meters per second. Bob, I don't think you're getting off the moon. I'm gonna be honest, buddy. I think you might be cooked. I don't know if you're getting off this. I don't know what the delta V to escape the moon is, but it can't be that high. Can't be that low. Can I move fuel? No, because I don't have a I don't have fuel connectors, so I can't move the fuel from these to the central stage, can I? Dang. What is this little green arrow though? Oh, that just forbids you from burning it. Well, actually, cool. I can turn that engine off. And we can use only the thrust of these 3 engines to get there. Impact biome far side basin. Oh, we do have a landing. Suicide burn length 48 seconds. Suicide burn countdown 18 minutes. Alright, suicide burn indeed. So if I go here, review stored data, I've got E-ray reports from a whole bunch of stuff. Above the moons and Midlands. Looks like I don't actually have... Oh, no, we're back to Midlands, not Highlands. Missed my chance. Whoopsies! Takes 500 meters per second of our delta V to do the suicide burn. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, and that is taking into account that we've shut down that engine. Sweet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, we're over the Highlands now. Let's do an EVA report. Keep that. Board back up. And if we see another biome, we can get another EVA report. Wunderbar. We're changing to Midland Craters now as our biome, so that's interesting. $16 minutes until lunar landing. I'm gonna go ahead and extend our landing legs just for the sake of hopefully being okay. Speed things up a little bit. See if we hit any new biomes along the way. Highlands. A lot of Highlands. Why is a suicide burn up to 52 minutes? I thought it was 18 minutes a second ago. What the hell? Nope, it's 13. Okay, time warp fucks with it. Good to know. Good to know. Moderately terrifying. Moderately terrifying indeed. Curbnet from Minmiso Bust is in fact falling off. Good to know. Those relays will be important in the future. Okay. We've still got a fair bit of time, though. It's a 13-minute until sort of thing, anyways. I'm thinking about it, actually. No, it's still just in space. It's not biome specific. Okay. Cool. We can do some observations perhaps in high moon orbit, but 12 minutes. Minutes. New alarm, create alarm, manual time, time to alarm, just call it 9, maybe? Push that speed up a little. 9 minutes, 48 seconds, 8 minutes, 18. Alright, that's fine. That's a reasonable spread. When that alarm goes off, we know we gotta be concerned. Midland silence, Midland silence, Midland silence, Midland silence. Lots of Midlands, made silence. Ooh, we're in the polls. EVA. EVA report. Keep that experiment. Board. Speed things up again. Polar lowlands. Ah, shice. Missed it. Hopefully we'll get another one. Till suicide burn. Dang. Polar lowlands did not last long. It was a tiny little spot of it. This don't look lowlands anytime soon. That's mountains. That's just mountains. Ah, shit. Poles again. I think we're gonna have to do the thing we did when we were looking for the shores, because polar lowlands is super small. Come on, poles. Come on, polar lowlands. Help me out. Help me brother out. Give me those polar lowlands. I don't know why the camera's like cinematically turning around us, by the way. I didn't do anything like that. There we go. Polar lowlands achieved. Wonderful. I don't know why the camera's doing this. I bet it's because we're right over the poles, isn't it? Because it's supposed to track the planetary body. But the planetary body, of course, is a little bit wacky on this one. Let's speed things up a little bit. We are really skimming in close these days. Back to Highlands. There might be a crater or something here, though, so I do want to be vaguely ready. See if this is another biome. So that's a big crater. Highlands. Dun da 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 da. Dun da 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 da. We got 4 minutes till suicide burn. This is making me nervous. What? Skimming over the surface of the moon at 500 meters per second, relying only on the suicide burn countdown to get us safely to the ground. Yeah, me too. We got a whole lot more horizon to get over to. I do love skimming over the surface of the moon this quickly, though. Woo! It's a little fast. That is a hill. It is a very apparent hill that we are going over. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. There'll be no problems whatsoever. It'll be totally fine. Let's speed things up a little bit more. Midlands. Nope, that's fine. Oh, I think we just passed over lowlands. Whoops. Hello, crater. It's a big crater. Oh, we're in the lowlands. Take that EV report. Sick. Get back on. Yeah. We've got a relatively poor signal strength right now. Alright, I'm gonna ditch the manual time alarm. And I think we're just gonna hold on and know that it's a minute away. How are we doing on electricity? 31? Okay. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Hopefully there is, in fact, an alternator on that engine. Huh. We have a very, very, very minor atmosphere at this level. Far Side Basin. Get in, get in, get in. Hello, Horizon. You look like you're coming to say hello. Just in case. Just in case. You might need to hit that suicide burn. Oh, that crater rim is making me nervous. Nah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Trust the suicide burn countdown. I'm not gonna trust it that hard, though. I'll tell you that much. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. 14. Nope, nope, I don't trust it. Burn, 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 burn. I don't think the suicide burn is gonna work. I think we might be coming in a little too hot. I'm gonna start burning right now, actually. Because we've got a lot of speed to kill. Maybe we'll land in that nice crater there. Unironically, it looks like we might. It lied. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the suicide burn thing is supposed to work on extreme entry angles like this. This is pretty fucked. This is a pretty fucked entry angle. Whoop, I'm going back up. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I didn't have my fucking finger on the key there. Whoops. Well. Whoopsies. Bob, what are you doing? Bob, what is this? Bob, what is this? Bob, what kind of fuck ass maneuvering are you doing to me right now? Well, that was a big hunk of Delta V that just got wasted, I'm gonna be honest. See, this seems to be a more accurate suicide burn countdown right now. Alright. We did it! No! I panicked. I panicked. I panicked. Okay, don't worry about it. I panicked a little. I accidentally hit space. I saw us turning over and I just hit space. Alright, go back to going retrograde. And start burning that shit hard. Otherwise, we do not make that landing. Plus, it'll be fun to land in the crater. I don't know. It seems... it's like a fun place to land. There's the landing reticle. Oh god. What are you, oh god? I get a crash. Alright. In we go. Gonna start cutting speed a little. Gonna cut a lot of speed, cut a lot of speed, cut a lot of speed. Alright, cool. Cool, we're good, we're good. Cut speed, cut speed, cut speed, cut speed. Not too much, not too much. Not too much, not too much. And we did it. It was a little bouncy, but we did it. Bob Kerman, congratulations, my friend. You've done it. Congratulations. You are the first Kerbal to make it to the moon. How does it feel? I'm sure he's just sitting there motionless, but you tapped it a few times, so sure. We should probably observe the mystery goo. The goo seems to be less dense here. Fascinating. Alright, buddy. The time has come. EVA. Collect your data, restore that, take your data, take your data. Please, if you would, do me an EVA report. You look up and search the sky for Kerbin. Suddenly, you feel very small. Put that shit back in just in case. And, full 10 million years. Dun, dun. Turn this shit off. Dun, dun. Alright, what's doing? Is it this? Dun, dun. Dun, dun. He's done it. Bob is the first Kerbal to ever experience sunrise on another world. Let's get him over here. Ow. Sorry, I don't know how to use the jetpack yet. I'm sorry, buddy. Up you go. Yeah, that's it. Good job. You're a real trooper. Dun, dun, dun. We've done it. We've landed on another world. Good job, us. Alright, buddy. Plant a flag. Tink. And as the world foretold, Yin-Yang spacing on another world. First moon landing. Bob Kerman. 12, 11, 12,025. Can I have him turn his lights on? Was that L? I know he's got helmet lights. How do you turn the lights on? Now surely the silence will get home. Bold statement there, Grudge. Bold statement. That ain't happening. Take me a surface sample. Surface sample from the moon's far side basis. The surface appears to be a fine dust with a grayish tone. Seems too flaky to make snowballs with. Interesting. Isn't there a thing from the Breaking Ground expansion? Like, there's weird rocks that you can take home? Press L to activate lights? See, I'm pressing L. It's not doing anything. Maybe... Ah! There we go. Yin-Yang spacing. First flag planted on another world. That looks great. Unironically, I wasn't sure if this flag would look good in-game. That's great. That looks wonderful. Well done. Whee! Oh god. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Good thing Kerbals are bouncy. I do need a pilot to get us home. Yours are bound to L. Maybe that was my choice. I could have sworn it was L. I tried that originally. Maybe it's become unbound due to a mod or something. Let's see. Oh, I am in the planet. How much EVA propellant you still got? Oh, a gazillion. Let me look. Kerbal Space Program Moon Rocks. Breaking Ground Rocks. Accepted contract offering some moon rocks. Landed the crater, can't find any rocks. I only see standard fake rocks. How rare are the rocks? And you picked up how to find them. Special scatters are rarer than normal, but not very rare. If you have a rover, you can roam around for a few moments. You'll find a small rock place. Small rocks are solid. You can test whether it's carrying scatter, not by driving and touching it. Ah. You have to walk really close to it, right-click on the Kerbal, not the rock. Interesting. Do you think that those special rocks have any, what's it called? Science value, or are they contracts only? I would like to bring home a moon rock. Either way. Sorry, Bob. The ragdoll in the corner. They do have science value, if you recall. Alright, so we gotta go get some moon rocks. I don't see anything that looks different. You gotta go. Nice seat landing, though. Be sure to save. Will do. Oh, that's a great point. You know what? Quick save. Thank you, Ogrish. Good reminder. You enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care, and we'll see you around, friend. I'm gonna see if we can't find ourselves a moon rock. Darn you, Scatterer. You make everything look so nice, but also, there are so many more rocks now to look at. Literally the only information I have about these rocks is they look a little different from normal. I'm looking at an image of one. They do just look like normal rocks. That's the problem. They look like rocks. And I don't got the Delta V to be jumping around all over the place here, you know? I've got a... Hey, hold on a second. Is that the right rock? No. It is not. Darn. This one, maybe? See, it's different from the take surface sample, though. That's the thing. And it's like a Kerbal-sized rock. Settings. Can I turn off ground scatter completely? No. Scouter looks like it's something that is going to be related to a restart, which makes sense. Where on earth could we find some rocks to take home? It's a good thing there's no time limit. Bro does not need any additional oxygen. Granted, I've now landed in a crater, so it's unlikely I'll be able to get out of here. If there is a rock outside of it. Yeah, so it's not one of these rocks, because all the special rocks have collision is part of it. So, you know, that's somewhat helpful. Fortunately, it's not easy to test collision. You gotta literally go and walk through the dang thing. Where could a rock that's special be? It is funny, every time he jumps, this situation becomes in space low. Which, yeah, technically it's in space, and it's quite low. I suppose you could not lie and say that is what the situation is. Excuse me. That's scatter rock, that's... There's so many possible rocks. What if we just fly a little bit, you know? Doesn't take that much Delta V to get a Kerbal in the air. And their monopropellant packs are pretty impressive. You just gotta, you know, not completely annihilate them. Another happy landing, eh, Bob? Oh, hold on. Is that one of them? It's a small rock, but it's got really tight shadows on it. No. I don't want to use too much more propellant than it took for me to get out here, Because if I do, I risk stranding the Kerbal completely. What do we think? Is this one of them? Probably not, right? That's just terrain texture. Yeah. No physics. First moon landing. Lander 1. I mean, I'm in a big empty field. If there was gonna be a place I could spot a rock that looks different, this would be one of them. Oof. Sorry, Bob. Ooh, buddy. Oh, sorry. Don't, jeez. Didn't mean to annihilate you like that. Not seeing anything great. Uh-oh. Cannot switch vessels while moving over the surface. Okay, hold on. What fucking alarm was that for? Switch to. Oh, no. That. No. Huh? Which of my vessels just entered the sphere of influence it wasn't supposed to? It's not the Minmiso bust. Nor is it Lunar Orbiter 2. I think that may have been a relic alarm. I think it may have been this one. Yeah, because sphere of influence changed. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I guess this one was just wrong. That's fine. We're good. Where's the Kerbal? Bob. How do I get back to Bob? Bob. Switch to. Alright, we're good. Keep moving, Bob. Keep moving. We got 4 hours before the next sphere of influence actual connection happens, so that's good. What do we think? Are any of these the correct rock? No. I don't know if the rocks all have the same look to them. Ooh. Oof. Sorry, Bob. Was this one of them? I don't think so. Was this one of them? No. Shape's too complex. Hey, hold on. This one's actually floating. The fact that one of them is actually floating, that means something to me. Should I be interpreting it as a good sign? Probably not. But usually scatter type objects are drawn directly on the ground. So the idea that a physical one might not be, I mean, it says something. Hey, look at that. We landed. Nice. It's got a shadow. I'm not sure if the other ones actually have shadows, so... Watch this just be the type of rock, and there's been a gazillion of them all over the place. This one just got my attention because it's floating. Nope. Now, admittedly, this one is floating pretty high up, so I might not be able to do something with it. This one looks pretty similar, though, and isn't floating. Give that one a shot. Uh-oh. Another one. Oof. Oof. There you go. Sorry, Bob. One of these days I won't obliterate your skull. I can go straight through it. I mean, there's rocks everywhere. Ostensibly impossible to say where, if any of these, are actually the interactable rock type. Not that one. Just because it's got worse textures doesn't mean it is the interactable rock. Maybe down in the crater a bit. I don't know, I can't really get a good view in the crater. There's so much other scatter. It's like... Oh, hold on. That rock looked weird. That rock looked very strange. Maybe I'm actually fucking losing it. I don't even remember which one of these rocks was. I like fly by it. I'm like, that one. That one. That one. I got 1.68 fucking units of monopropellant left. I think we might be boned. Unless this one here, it's kind of weirdly detailed textures, but I'm guessing, yep, clip right through. I don't know. I don't know where the rock is. Alright. Lander's that way. Hope we got enough monopropellant to get back, eh, Bob? We should be good. It's much more efficient to do big, long burns than the shorter ones. Into the crater. Same time, I'm like, alright, keep an eye out for anything that looks like default scatter. I am going very, very quickly right now. That one? No. Hello, ground. Hello, ground. Hello, ground. Oh, boy. Oof. Sorry, Bob. God. Slam these poor Kerbals into the ground at Mach. Fuck. And somehow they're okay. Every time. Don't know how it works, but it is how it works. Alright, if I'm being honest, I am not seeing a single thing around here that looks like anything other than the most default possible scatter. So, I'm gonna cut our losses, say we gotta come back to the moon someday anyways. I'm gonna throw in the RCS. Jump. Ooh. Come on, Bob. Come on. Come on. Climb aboard. Climb aboard. There you go, buddy. Good job. Okay. Surface sample added. I think we've already done those. Well, landed, so that's good. All that's left is to get the science back home. So, I believe, from where we are landed, if we try and go west, the velocity of the moon and all that will actually push us into a more suitable Kerbin orbit when we escape, if we escape. So, let's hope that that's true. I think I have everything that I need. Don't think there's really any more science that can be done. If there is, oh well, I don't know how to do it. We'll come back for it later. Alright, up we go. Man. Cannot add maneuver. Control locked. Fair enough. Throw us on prograde. Actually no. Alright. We're gonna go this direction, methinks. And we're gonna hope that it is a good orbital path. Alright, we got a 12,000 meter moon apoapsis over here, and I think I'm going the wrong way, but okay, whatever. Delta V has already been spent, nothing to be done about it. Throw us on prograde. And we are not getting this thing back from the moon. There's no way. There's no way it happens. I'm sorry. I don't even know if we're getting off of the moon. I don't know if we're getting this in orbit. We're gonna see, though. We are gonna see. Alright, moon apoapsis, 12,000 meters. Let's gun it. Hard as a burn as we can. Maybe not that hard of a burn. You can wait till we're up near the apoapsis again. Height really doesn't matter. Like, we are definitely above the mountains, so should be good. And 340 meters per second remain. We're right near the apoapsis. We'll start burning, say, with 10 seconds before. Push up that orbital velocity. God, it is so much easier to launch off the moon than Kerbin. Actually insane. Makes sense, but yeah. Alright, well, we're almost out of fuel, so this next burn better be a nice good one. And gun it up. Our things are spent. Disconnect that. Activate the final thrusting stage. Oh, and we've got orbit. Cool. Cool. Actually, no, keep burning. We want full moon escape, so just burn, 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 and cut back the burn amount a little bit. We want just enough of a burn to escape the moon, and nothing more. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, there is a Kerbin apoapsis. 4 million kilometers. Holy smokes. Okay. So we'll time warp forwards. We get the apoapsis there. Presuming this is, in fact, our periapsis. Controls are locked still. Is it this? There we go. Burn hard retrograde here. It's maybe not the most we can ever do. Alright, how much can we actually burn this periapsis? Our total fuel meters per second is like 470, which only gets us to a 603,000 Kerbin periapsis. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We might have some minor issues. That does not put us in the atmosphere. Not even a little bit. What if instead of burning our periapsis, we burn our apoapsis? That's usually a lot less expensive for shrinking orbits. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we get a new moon encounter in the process. But we can get that apoapsis down to landing zone. So that's totally fine. 242 meters per second. We'll even have more to kill our speed in orbit. Cool. 3 days until we hit that maneuver node, though. Alright. Throw on a alarm and call it day. Well, fascinatingly, this maneuver still comes up before either of the other two do. Even our lunar orbiter, that one's sphere of influence stage doesn't happen for another 3 days. Yeah, I think that's this one even, so that one's chillin', I suppose. Wacky ass lander. Alright, let's switch back to lander 1. And honestly, just probably warp to that maneuver node. Alright. Warp to the moon escape. And with that, we say goodbye to the moon. Science in hand, save for a rock. Tragic. Ugh, beautiful Kerbin in the back there. 35 minutes till moon escape, so let's just pop up time warp and warp here. Goodbye, moon. Goodbye, Off we go. Hello, Kerbin. Yes, as we say goodbye to the moon and drift further and further away from it, we move further and closer to Kerbin. Time warp complete. 1 minute and 40 seconds, and we escape the moon's sphere of influence. And rendezvous with the new orbit. And show me my Kerbin parameters. Come on. There we go. We're officially in Kerbin's sphere of influence again. I forgot to get a fucking EVA report and whatnot from the high space around the moon. God damn it. Alright, whatever. We'll be able to go back there. It's not the end of the world. Alright, let's warp to our next maneuver. Swing around Kerbin. Alright, we're coming in hot. Maneuver time is in 22 minutes. Do this. Apply changes. Oh, I've got the same one. Alright. Kick this. Take this one. Warp to it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, 1 minute until we start burning. Though honestly, I think we can probably just start doing it now. Yep, just burn out and drop our periapsis. We'll set Kerbin as our focus, just so we can see exactly when our periapsis hits 70,000, because that's technically the minimum we need. Before we can start arrow braking. Hello, Mooner encounter. Okay, there we go. No periapsis at all. We are officially on lock for a landing. Very nice. We got 231 meters per second of fuel that we can use to kill our velocity as we come in, because this is gonna be a we are gonna be moving fast. Oh yeah, you're so right, Gabe. I'm definitely gonna have a Mooner encounter when I'm done here. You're so right. Alright. So I have a sphere of influence change in 29 minutes though. So honestly, let's switch over to the Mooner orbiter and see about setting up that orbit actually. Biome, water, space, high. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's what's happening. Alright. Let's... Whoa, what the hell is happening with the time warp? Didn't like that. Speed things up a little bit, maybe? A little bit more? Maybe not at all. Fuck it, warp here. Call it a day. Hope it doesn't break things completely and utterly. Yeah, now it thinks there's a sphere of influence change at like completely different time. That's funny. Alright. Speed things up again. 3 minutes. Alright, warp here. Okay, delete and close the time warp. Alright, the sphere of influence does look like it's going to change correctly, so that's good. Speed things up just a little bit. And... okay, something's happened. There we go. Mooner capture achieved. Is that debris in a stable orbit around the moon? No, it's about to land. Oh, well. No, It might actually be a stable orbit. That's funny. Okay. This is a interesting orbit, and I don't necessarily hate it. I've got 2,325 meters per second available to work with. So if we go to the periapsis, add a maneuver, first and foremost, focus view, take this maneuver, burn retrograde pretty hard. Oh, and we are in orbit. Let's see. How high is that apoapsis? 400,000? I'm down for like a, I don't know, not that short, but not that high. 300,000 apoapsis? Sure, I can get behind 300,000. And then push it to be a little bit more polar, perhaps. That is a more interesting problem of switching inclinations. So if I do this, this actually costs a ton of meters per second and also doesn't push us into an orbit. So I'm thinking we just stick with the capture burn. Ooh. Ay. So many things to click. Alright. And we'll do the minimum possible burn to get captured. Man, I vastly overcommitted my resources. I could actually do a full landing and perhaps takeoff from here. That's funny. Alright. Oop. Not quite that much. Shrink that orbit a little bit, and there we go. 172 meters per second moon capture. Nice. We'll bring that in a little bit. 400, 500,000. Sure. So if I do that, then maneuver here, I can swing it. Only 200 meters per second. Swing it like that. Granted, that puts us in a extremely, I think, probably unstable orbit, honestly. If I also burn at that point, yeah, I can bring that in a little bit. Oh, look at that. I can get us at a, very tight orbital inclination. 50,000 to 255, 52,000. Mostly polar orbit. No. Ah. Now that is a nearly perfectly polar orbit. Just off its orbital inclination, so that'll have good stuff. Plus, that should essentially always face Kerbin, if I'm correct. I think the moon and Kerbin are tidally locked. And then we can just circularize afterwards. That's only 235 meters per second on that orbital maneuver, too. Alright, cool. Let's warp here. Oh, worth remembering though, this is a probe, which means I have to manually hold it on the maneuver node. Alright. How are we doing on electric charge? 460? Good. It's got full CurbNet access too, so that's good. Even with a relatively poor connection, I think, to one of the relays. Yeah. Relay Alpha and it don't have great connections at present, but it does have a connection, so that's cool. Okay. Burn starts in 3 minutes. Let's zoom in. Get ready for it. 1 minute. Oh, shit. I missed the burn window. Yeah, it'll be fine. That we're missing that much of a perfection on our orbit. Okay. How'd that put our orbit? Fine. Totally fine. Yep. Alright, let's actually just warp to next on the alarm clock instead. Because that's much better at controlling what I'm doing than I am. Alright, delete and close. Get rid of that alarm clock. We'll push up with the minute that we have left to the maneuver node itself. Get that in position. Very nice. Hello, Moon. Pleasure to have you with us. Start the burn in 37 seconds. Wonderful. And hopefully this still pushes our orbit the way I want it to. Do 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 do. 19 seconds remain until orbit begins. Lander 1 debris. I wonder how long that'll remain in orbit for. Presumably forever. There is no atmosphere. Time to start the burn. And because there's no atmosphere, it will never slow down. Because it will never slow down, it'll never lose altitude. Since it's never gonna lose altitude. Alright, pulling in, and go ahead and call it there. That's pretty much where we wanted the orbit to be. Got a 300,000 apoapsis, so we'll go to the apoapsis as well. Add a maneuver, and we'll just prograde the periapsis up to about 300,000 as well. 235, ooh, 229, 302, 292, 292, ooh, too much. 304, 297, prograde a little bit harder, 298, 304, 299, 309. Probably want it to hit right when it's halfway to switching on this initial circularization. 298, 304, that's reasonable. 40 meters per second too, okay. Cool. Warp to the next thing. And we are in position. Let us maneuver to the maneuver node. Ooh, it's a squirrely little node, I'll say that. 1 minute until burn begins. How's the moon looking these days? Hello, Kerbin. Gorgeous as always. I don't know where the moon is. Oh, we are below it. That makes sense. We put ourselves in the polar orbit. Alright, 50 seconds. 48, 35, 32. Throttle up and throttle down. 300,000. Is that 324,000? I could retrograde a little bit. Do a little minor correction here. to just before the periapsis to do it, though. 300, 315. Align ourselves on retrograde. And burn nice and slow. 302, 300. 301, 300. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for government work. Alright. And with that, the first permanent lunar orbital installation is in place. It now has a hypothetical permanent connection with carbon. Let's see. Rename this vessel. This is a relay. We'll call it Lunar Relay Alpha. Very nice. Cool. Cool. I like relays. Take me back to the tracking station. What is there to track, you might wonder? There's lots of things to track. So, I wish I could turn off ComNet access for the non-probes. They're just making things look messy right now. But this Relay Alpha and the Moon Relays Alpha do have a connection. It's poor, but they have a connection. These are gonna be mostly, in the long run, spotting things. They just help bounce connections between much closer, more powerful relays. They're too small and underpowered to meaningfully connect to other things, but it's fun to put them up where they need to be. So, Lander 1. I need to do one thing for you, which is that I need to give you a maneuver before you hit 70,000 and put an alarm on it. So just, you know, I don't accidentally warp this thing into Kerbin. Yeah, you probably enter it here. Add maneuver there. Don't do anything. Throw that. Let's not call that a maneuver, call that atmospheric re-entry. Alright, so we have atmospheric re-entry occurring soon. Good to know. We have, I think, 15 days of this poor astronaut just looping around to get the Midness encounter. So that one's not going anywhere anytime soon. The moon now has debris floating around it. I've put space junk on the moon. Where are the other pieces of it? They have drifted pretty substantively apart from each other, which is not what I would have expected. They have no fuel. They got nothing. Their periapsis is 13,000 feet, which is not a lot. Not a lot at all. But it is enough to be a problem. Okay. So I'll say this for the lunar relay. If nothing else, it should give us a decent chance at ensuring the, if we ever send a probe down to the moon, that it will have a stable permanent connection with Kerbin. Because the Kerbin relay connection to it is very strong, and then that can relay down to the moon easily. And if we put one, say, this way, it should hypothetically be able to constantly present a signal, like, in an equatorial orbit here. There'll be times it drops out. Yeah. Rocket science is hard. I don't know what I'm doing. Back to the tracking station. What's left? Huh. Interesting. Even though I've toggled the ships off, it doesn't toggle their relay connections. Excuse me. That seems dumb. Why would it not do that? You know, we've got some pretty heavy rocketry available. I could try for, like, a proper interplanetary expedition. But what kind of probing would I even do? I don't have cool, like, scanning parts or anything. Not tracking station, oops. If I go to R&D. Hello, R&D. What can you do for me? Obviously, we have, like, no science right now. The GO-OB-ED monitor. Ah, yes, the Mystery Grew deployment station. Surface deployed Mystery Grew observations. Does not require atmosphere or requires no atmosphere. I don't know what this means. Cargo part placed inside inventories. Deployed science power. Power units required on 1. So hypothetically, I can deploy this. And it needs a deployed power unit in central station to operate. We have access to a deployed power unit. It's the OX Stat PD photovoltaic panel. It needs a deployed central station to operate. Being a trained engineer, this part will only produce enough power for one other unit. Okay. Power units produced. Unsuited Kerbal. Engineer level 1, 2. Interesting. So if I put in an engineer, it produces additional power. I think that's whoever sets it up will increase the amount of power that it produces. Probenine Experiment Control Station. I think this is the central core that they're talking about. The Probenine Experiment Control Station coordinates and controls both power and data from nearby deployed parts, coordinates and coordinates it sending it back to Kerbin. Be sure to use one if you want to generate any useful data. Being left to gather data over long periods of time as the luminous circuits are disabled, needs the deployed power unit to work. Excuse me. Antenna type direct. Antenna rating 500,000 combinable. Versus L1, L2, L3 DSN. So hypothetically, we could try and set up a mission to deploy one of these on a planet. That could be cool. But that will require whatever 90 times 2 is. 180 science. Which we might get. It's also heavy rocketry, which has some interesting stuff on it, but perhaps it's not what we're looking for. Fuel systems, drains. Fancy nose tank. Big fuel tanks. I do like fuel systems. Fuel systems got some good shit in it. But we've got some pretty impressive Delta V available to us with Lunar Orbiter. The Lunar Orbiter design's pretty solid. Other than the fact they can't get into fucking orbit easily. It's a little unstable. So let's open this up. Show me the Lunar Orbiter 2. It's a pretty big, pretty expensive rocket, all things considered. If I pop off this fuel tank, trash the probe door, Throw in a Mark 1 command pod. Connect to that. That's a ship. That's a ship we could put a guy on. Who's crazy enough to fly this thing is the real question. In terms of utility, first and foremost, this shit needs some parachutes. Oh, actually, you know what? Big deal. Big thing that we definitely want. We're gonna need a decoupler. And a heat shield. If we're bringing anybody home on this thing, it's gonna need a heat shield. So we put on the heat shield. Well, you know what? Put this off to the side. Get rid of this heat shield for now. Science. What kind of science can I do? Let's go to old experiment return unit. I don't think we need that. What we really need is a science junior. And that's great. So we put on the science junior. In addition to the science junior, we need to put on a pretty substantive heat shield. Where the hell is my heat shield? Do I need the... I could actually do this. If I put on the coupling the right way, then I can decouple from the heat shield and leave the Science Junior behind. We don't really need the Science Junior to be coming with us. That's extra aerodynamic forces we don't need on that top stage, and we can just make sure to bring all the data from the Science Junior with us. The rest of the science, it's easier to deal with. We can throw on the mystery goo. Don't think we need the experiment storage kit. Though, might be nice. Well, we don't have a scientist. I don't think that we're gonna send on this trip, so less of an issue. Throw on the barometer, throw on the thermometer. Man, it's a shame that's the only science I actually have access to. Not gonna do any science transmission. We don't need that. Don't think we're gonna need any other stuff. So we can throw in a parachute, radial mount drag chute. Yeah. Throw like that. Oh jeez. Align that to be a little bit nicer. It's still disgusting to look at. Ugh. Can never get this stupid thing to line up in the way that I like. Close enough. Okay. This thing looks utterly, completely, comically unstable. Come on. There we go. So I can do that. I don't know if that's gonna actually make the stability better or worse. Maybe we give it some real wings on the things. Squeeze these in again. Squeeze them a bit lower. And maybe also some of these up like here. Alright. That's a pretty It's a pretty decent rocket. That's pretty big. That can probably go pretty far, which is nice. The question is, simply put, where the hell am I sending this thing? Alright, all of these are gonna activate simultaneously. This does not activate that early. These threes go off. Then these three. Then upper stage separation, at which point the engine can go off. At which point, at the end of the mission, that can come off. And then, you want the drag chute to go off last. Okay. Hypothetically, this thing can go far. Where am I sending it to? Interplanetary. Call an orbiter instead of a lander, maybe? Interplanetary Orbiter 1. Sure, why not? Now, let's see here. Where do we want to go? We could go to Duna. Going out further is easier than going in further to the solar system, because the essentially delta V boost we're gonna get from escaping Kerbin is always going to err on sending us out into the solar system. I'll be honest, I have no idea what an optimal Duna transfer window looks like. It could be not this. Now, I will say, we have a decent, I think, Eve transfer window here. Because if we fly off Kerbin east to west, we'll be going like this. We should intersect Eve. Eve has good science on it. We'll get some good orbital Eve science. Do an Eve flyby, come home, maybe? Who's stupid enough to sign up for a one-way Eve mission before we even know how close we can get to that? Maybe we just launch it and see what a Kerbin escape looks like on this thing, and then move to whatever planet seems reasonably capturable. That seems like a good idea. Certainly nothing can go wrong that way. Do I want to launch another fucking thing in the middle of the night? I don't, but I'm gonna. Alright. Are we at the point we're putting, like, the dessert instead of desert? I could do a desert launch site, actually. If we launch from the desert launch site, I think it's pretty much orbital inclination. It's pretty much an orbital inclination, but you just start higher up. Let's see if I'm completely, like, cooked, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, so you start 842 meters up. And you're basically still on the equator. Like, you're a little further south than the KSC, but not by so much as that for it to really matter. Alright, Jeb, you ready, buddy? You're not, but yeah. Let's go. Off we go. Ooh, we can barely launch on this thing. We need some bigger thrusters soon. Up we go. But this does let us skip a portion of that early atmosphere, which is quite nice considering how Oh, my engine noises have turned off again. Sad. Jeb, don't you go squirrely on me. I know you're a better pilot than that fucking probe core. Jeb. Jeb, don't you do it. Jeb, don't you fucking do it. I see you thinking about it. I see you thinking about going squirrely on me. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, Jeb. Don't you do it. Solid fuel boosters go off. Alright, he's holding us steady. He is a better pilot than the fucking thing, so that's good. Up we go. Alright, I am going to, I think, at that little mark, the first mark in the thinner portion of the upper atmosphere, start engaging the gravity turn. Alright, hold us steady, Jeb. Hold us steady. You got one job, and it's to hold my ass steady while I force this rocket to do things it definitely does not want to do. Alright, we're making good progress on the gravity turn. We are pushing ahead. Pushing ahead well. Gravity. There go the old other boosters. Alright, alright. We're doing good. We are doing good. I'm gonna go ahead and kick us into high thrust, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe not. We're still a little squirrely. Once we're into the upper atmosphere, I'll push us. Probably 20,000 meters. Call it good. Alrighty. 20,000 meters, kick us into full throttle. Man, look at those things burn. Gorgeous. Ooh, plume. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, we are starting to skim the atmosphere at a dangerously high speed. I'm going to turn the throttle down a little bit. Maybe off even. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Turn the throttle back on enough that we have the control to pull up. I may have started turning a little early, and I'm going to try and kick us into a more upwards. Hey. Uh-oh. 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 Jeb, pull us up. Pull us up. I know you can. I know you can do it. I believe. I believe, Jeb. I believe you can pull us up. You're starting to get some crazy heating. We are going near orbital velocity in atmosphere. This is bad. This is what I consider bad. This is generally considered a bad thing. Oh, something exploded. I don't know what it was. Hopefully it wasn't important. May have just been a science piece. More things are exploding. Uh-oh. Oh god, the parachutes are about to overheat. More things are exploding. More things are exploding. This is an incredibly scuffed lodge. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. But also let's get engine sounds back, because I don't like the eerie, ominous, engine-less lodge fucks with me. So we'll just go ahead. We'll save. Call this, stream or whatever, just in case. Save up. Oh. Yeah, you can overwrite that. And we will be relaunching real quick. I don't know if I need to fully relaunch the game, but, I mean, it doesn't take that long. Well, it doesn't take that long to check if this will work with just a quit to menu, come back in, you know? We can do that. Chirp, 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 chirp. Yes, I know. Great many little crickets swarming the KSC. Alright, Interplanetary Orbiter 1. Load up. Launch at the desert launch pad. Call it good. Cool. I suppose going orbital is not that important to us. We could kind of just launch straight up. Because we're trying to escape Kerbin anyways. Going orbital is more efficient. We don't have that much delta V. Off we go. We still don't have engine noises. Darn. Well, come back to it later. I wish this bug didn't exist. It's such a shame. Because the game doesn't have that much sound effect without it, you know? I love my horizontal speed being measurable in millimeters per second. Such valuable data. The 0.1 second of atmospheric wind noise. Alright, keep on going up. Keep on going up. How's our apoapsis look? 7,000? Gotta keep going. Gotta keep punching. Just keep going up. Oh, hey, I can check our apoapsis here. Yeah, I should be using that more. Alright, let's start engaging a minor gravity turn. There, okay. 15,000 meters apoapsis. Yeah, our apoapsis is at this point not substantively higher than our actual what's it called? Apoapsis, which is the highest point we will reach in our flight, is currently not substantially higher than our actual altitude. So we have to be careful about that. Alright, lock us on prograde and then switch to stability. Assist, just so we can hit that 90 degrees. Alright, apoapsis is still going up. That is good. That is good. I think we are high enough in the atmosphere. I can push us up to high thrust. So that's nice. Hold it together, Jeb. Hold it together. I believe in you. I believe in the power of Jebediah. Alright, I'm going to put this up to probably 80,000 meter apoapsis. Going to complete our gravity turn as well. 90,000. Very nice. And we'll let ourselves go up before I continue our burn. Very nice. Very nice. I do see that our asparagus staging is doing absolutely nothing. So that's great. These radial decouplers are currently literally pointless because we don't shed those fuel tanks before we shed anything else. Oh well. These things happen when you don't have fuel systems. Oopsies. Excuse me. Alright, we are officially in space. Very good, very good. Our apoapsis is 96,000 meters. Probably do a nice hard burn at 80,000 on prograde, and there we go. Kick that up into a high burn. honestly. We'll just swap this around a little bit so we can just ditch this whole bottom stage at once. It's still very squirrely stage. What the hell? What's going on here? Why is this engine not active? There we go. There we go. Alright. Oh, man. We have pushed that apoapsis super high without even meaning to. That's fine. Alright. Add a maneuver at this apoapsis. Actually, I think it is more efficient to just keep burning prograde at this point. And just keep pushing the apoapsis up, essentially. I might be completely and totally wrong about that, but we shall see. No, because you actually do want to burn at prograde to raise your apoapsis. Sorry, burn at periapsis to do it. So let's warp up to our apoapsis. Back in the limelight again. Where the hell is Kerbin? Oh, completely beneath us. Oh, wow. Ugh, this game. So pretty. Alright, and let's push up that periapsis a bit. Kick it up to 75 or whatever. That's fine. That's all we needed. And then we can warp to the periapsis. And we can watch Kerbin. Where the hell is it? I would like to watch it, but I can't find it. Ah, there it is. Giant planet. Cannot find it in viewport. Yeah. And we're back on nighttime. Awesome. Alright, we got 30 seconds till periapsis, so we'll just time warp a little bit. And 15 seconds periapsis, that's good enough. Let's burn. Push up that apoapsis as much as we can. And see where we end up in interplanetary space. Granted, I've only got 2,000 meters per second of total fuel up here. 2,700 delta V. Hopefully that's enough to get us there and back again. Otherwise, we're doing another rescue. Actually, we haven't done any rescues yet. I did have enough delta V to get back from the lunar mission. We'll be able to get back to Midmas? Who knows? I do like this, like, series of ellipsoid patterns I've made. Oh, there's a moon encounter. No Minmus and interplanetary space. Okay, cool. It's almost a just perfect Kerbin orbit, but very nice. So now we have an orbit around the sun. I could push up our... this might be a decent Duna transfer. That's crazy. Okay, cool. Well, in that case... 8 days before this ship even escapes Kerbin, though. So if I go to the Kerbin periapsis, or sorry, the sun periapsis, add a maneuver node, and we kick that up. How many meters per second to align our orbit with Duna? I'm seeing a lot of weird maneuvering moments. Are those Kerbin? Those have gotta be Kerbin, right? Kerbin's ginormous, and our orbit technically intersects it. Oh, yep, Kerbin encounter. Thank you. Very useful. I'm glad to know that while we hug Kerbin's orbit, we can encounter Kerbin. Very good. Okay, so, I mean... our apoapsis is... pretty much on Duna's there. I am not seeing a Duna encounter, however. That's a shame. That's a shame. Hardburn retrograded periapsis. Do we get an Eve encounter? No. No, we aren't. I don't know how long it'll take for Duna to get to any one point in its orbit. Yeah, I just don't have a vibe for that. If I go to the apoapsis, add a maneuver. How long? 247 days? Can draw on our periapsis. Oh, is that an even counter? There's something. It's a short encounter, but yeah. That's a Kerbin encounter. I get a goddamn Kerbin encounter. Of course I do. Of course I get a fucking Kerbin encounter. I don't know, push the orbit all the way out. Go get a Jewel encounter. Let's say, for the sake of argument, I just started burning, you know, like pretty soon. How does that affect our orbit? Pushes our apoapsis up. Where the hell is Duna in its orbit at any given time? I actually do have enough Delta V to get to Jewel. That's funny. If I don't know, go here, start burning out. Does that give us a Duna encounter? No. This side? We're pushing into extremely long... Oh? Windows before we can burn and do the transfer. There is, however, an incredibly brief Duna encounter here. How long is this Duna encounter? 44 million mile Duna frickin' escape. That's absurd. Completely lose it. Yeah, I completely lost that tiny little window. You gotta burn pretty hard to get out there too. Yikes. Alright. Target Duna. Good old ascending node, descending node. I always forget those things exist. Focus back on interplanetary orbiter 1. Let's see here. Isn't there a maneuver node tool or something? Yeah, maneuver tool. From position, current orbit. Cannot calculate transfer when a vessel is in a hyperbolic orbit. Does that mean I can't get a maneuver until I'm outside Kerbin influence? That's probably... Alright, whatever. That doesn't change things much. Once we hit the orbital connection with the sun, we should be able to try for it. So that's cool. Alright, well, Jeb is on his way. I suppose. Jeb, how you feeling, buddy? You're probably not coming home for a couple years, I'm gonna be honest. Take me back to the Space Center. Alright, I am gonna have to leave soon, so... You know what? It's so bold. What the hell happened? I did forget to do one thing while we were on the interplanetary orbiter one. Fly this. I need to add an alarm for when this thing is going to leave Kerbin's sphere of influence. There we go. There we go. I can't talk. Kerbin to Kerbol. There we go. Still sooner than the sphere of influence change to connect with Minmus, though. Okay. Back to the tracking center. From here, let's do something fun. Good old orbital 3 debris, fully in orbit. Lander 1, my friend. Before we end stream, let's bring you home. It's high time that we get some science from another world. Atmospheric re-entry. Do it. Whee! Hello, Kerbin. Ugh, gorgeous. Hey, wait. Alright, we still got a minute left. Okay, never mind. I was like, did we just fucking blow past our, thing? I was like, SOS, just throw yourself on retrograde when you get the chance there, Bob. You don't need this maneuver though, by the way. Dun 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 dun. You know, maybe you report from the Badlands. Yep, we've got one for it. Cool. SAS. 14 seconds until something. So we are currently accruing 10 bazillion units of velocity. I don't know how much I should be concerned about that. Trajectories, my friend. Suicide burn length. 9 minutes. I don't know if that's gonna help us. I think we might be touching down no matter where. In a pretty rough way. I think when we start getting atmospheric reheating lines, that's when I hit the burn. Maybe. Or maybe when they nullifies time warp. Bob, how does it feel? You're almost home. Check out this gorgeous lake down there. Big river. Down, down, down we go. Alright, we're officially back within the atmosphere. I'm gonna go ahead and burn full retrograde hard as I can. try and push back as much speed as I can. Atmospheric re-entry. Yeah, that engine's about to overheat. You don't say. You don't say. Alright. Here's hoping that the heat shield can take the beating, because we are screaming into the atmosphere right now. Woo, doggy. I love slamming into the atmosphere at Mach fuck. What do you think? Any good mystery goo data down here? Seems to be getting cold. Okay, okay, cool, cool. Ooh, good temperature data. Mm-hmm. Ooh, barometric pressure as well. Let's go ahead and grab some of that. Awesome, great. Oh, check out those thunderheads. Oh, cool. I love weather and space and clouds. We're falling. That's certainly something that's occurring. Bob, what say you? Are we dead? Are we gonna die? Nah, we'll be fine. What height should I activate those drag chutes? So I'm still losing speed, actually. So maybe once we start gaining speed again, I'll turn them on. And again, maybe if I hit the cloud barrier, I should be concerned. Hello, clouds. That is the ground. That is the ground right there below us. let's slow things down just a bit. Okay. Cool. 20 meters per second. That is a nice, safe, slow time to the ground. Very nice, very nice. Very nice. Down, down, down we go. Whew. We did it, fellas. We're back. We got a Kerbal to the moon and returned him safely to Kerbin. I didn't think that mission was gonna work. I'm gonna be so honest. I thought we were done. I thought it was so over. Let's go ahead and get the last parachute out. Oh shit. Oh my god, he died. I didn't know if the fucking I didn't open the fucking parachute in time. Oops. He's dead now. What happened to him? He died. Shit. Is my last save from before the launch? I think it is. Though, we do have the persistent save. Oh, shiza. Looks like it just got overwritten by stream when I reloaded it. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah. Day 7. Is this before I launch the interplanetary? No! No, interplanetary. Nope, never mind. Nope. Shit. God damn it. God damn it. This is why you save before any landing. Doesn't matter how sure you are. Doesn't matter if you think you're gonna be okay. I gotta completely relaunch the fucking lander. I did build the damn thing, right? I got it. I've had it built by this point in the save, right? Okay, I do have interplanetary orbiter built. Fuck me. Alright, well, you know what, I'll fix all that. I'll get us back on a fucking suborbital trajectory and all that off stream. God damn it. Bob's gonna be in space for a little while. We'll find out how much science we got later. I have to go for the evening, unfortunately. Ay. Well, remember to save. We'll call that that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being the wonderful people that you are. I hope that you have enjoyed. I've had a good time, even if I immediately got our hero, our #1 guy. Me, it's fine. I don't need to open the parachute yet, the main chute. The 23 meters per second is nice and slow. It was, in fact, not nice and slow. Oh, well. None of what we've lost is particularly irretrievable. It's one decent launch and a landing, but it is what it is. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those other awesome things that you people do. We will see you all next time. Arrivederci, everyone. Arrivederci.